Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosting Cruz. And ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has fought to a draw. Now, coming into this fight, everyone was, in the nostalgia mode, had that gut in their feeling that Pacquiao was going to pull this off and become champion, and Barrios was going to go in there and knock him out. I saw so many comments on social media that Barrios was going to go in there and knock him out in 6 rounds. Pacquiao was going to sleep. Should have stayed retired. He didn't look good 4 years ago against Ugas. How good is he going to look now 4 years later? And even though we all saw the Ugas fight with Pacquiao, he didn't look all that good. I agree. But something in my gut told me that Pacquiao was going to come in tonight and perform better than what he did at Ugas, and more than that, win the fight. Because of what I saw, because of course, who doesn't follow Manny Pacquiao? So I'm watching pictures, I'm seeing videos, him in the midst, the training, how he looks physically. I was impressed, and I was a bit and I got comfortable, because not only I got comfortable, but I got that gut feeling in my stomach that something was telling me that Pacquiao may just pull this off. And it was a highly competitive fight. Mario Barrios, the defending WBC welterweight champion of the world, 30 years old, was in there against 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Yes, one of the greatest of all time to pull on a pair of gloves, but 46. And what Pacquiao did tonight, I thought he won the fight, honestly. I thought he did enough to win the fight. Yes, there were rounds where it could have gone either way. It was a close fight. But I thought Pacquiao did enough, because Pacquiao, to me, landed the more telling shots. Not only he threw more punches, but I thought he landed more punches. He did enough. I thought he did just enough to win the fight. I can't say that Pacquiao went in there and blasted Mario Barrios out of there, beat him up like we did Antonio Margarito. No. If this was 2010, that could have happened, but it's not. Pacquiao did just enough. But to go get a draw at 46 years old says a lot about Pacquiao. How great of in shape he was, the conditioning, the legs. He was in there with a prime champion. And he went in there 12 rounds competitively. Yes. When I saw the fight, I saw the balance was not there like it was. The speed, the in and outs, the sidestep. It was not like how it was 5 years ago. He lost some pep in his step, but the pep in the step that he had tonight against Barrios was just enough to win the fight. At least in my eyes. I thought he won. I'm not the only one. If you go on social media, everyone is saying Pacquiao won the fight. He got robbed. Pacquiao should be champion right now at 46. He broke the record in 2019 at 40 years old when he fought Keith Thurman. No one gave him a chance in that fight. And he became WBA welterweight champion. Pacquiao was looking to had plans to break his own record tonight at 46. And he did, but the judges gave it a draw. Just like I said, going into a draw at 46 years old. Remember, no one was giving Manny Pacquiao a chance to even make it to the decision at 46, and he did. Getting a draw is a win in my book as well. I thought he won the fight. They gave it a draw, and a draw for me for Pacquiao at 46 after 4 years out of the game is a win. You came back after 4 years, you're 46. You went in there with a champion in his prime, 16 years younger, almost 20, and you drew with him. That's a win. That's a win. You know, Pacquiao can keep his head up high after that. He can walk away with no shame, no embarrassment. Now, as for Mario Barrios, everyone is chopping him up here in this comment section. Everyone is saying that, dude, how can you go? Yes, he's a legend, but he's 46 and you went in there and got a draw with him. You were supposed to go in there and beat the shit out of him. You were supposed to go in there out jab him, spark him, make him feel old. And Mario Barrios coming into this fight was in a lose-lose situation. Because if he won this fight, oh, you beat up a 46-year-old legend. How can you be proud of it? And then if he was to lose this fight, which I thought he did, is even more embarrassing. And then even going to a draw with him is just as embarrassing because you still didn't win the fight, and you got a draw with a 46-year-old. But honestly, I felt Manny should have won. I thought he won. I thought he did enough. You know, he didn't. It wasn't unanimous, but I thought he did enough, just enough to pull this off. A rematch, a draw. The draw is good. You know why? Because these two guys can go at it again. The rumors are Pacquiao won. Him and Floyd Mayweather can go at it in a rematch. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. We got a draw. So what is going to happen, I feel what should happen, is a rematch. I think that's the best ideal fight for both guys. You know, I think Pacquiao can make slight adjustments, and maybe Mario Barrios can make an adjustment, and it makes sense. You know, it was a very competitive fight, the draw, and it can be a rematch that's winnable for Pacquiao because it was winnable tonight. I thought he won the fight. You know, and this will give Pacquiao an opportunity to do what he couldn't do thanks to the judges, which gave it a draw. That, you know, he can finally pull this off. I thought it was going to be like a split decision victory for Pacquiao, honestly. When the fight was scored, when Jimmy Leonard Jr. mentioned the first score, 114-114, I said it's going to be a majority decision or maybe a split decision. So when 114-114 was read, and then the next one was 113-115, I said it's going to be a split decision. And Pacquiao is going to get it. Like how we did with Keith Thurman. You know? We got another 114-114. So when the second 114-114 came in, it's going to be a draw. I thought Pacquiao won, but I said, you know what? A draw is fine. A draw is okay. You know, no one loses. Pacquiao got in here at 46 and was able to compete with a prime world champion and got him to a draw. Took him to a draw. Rematch. That's what these two guys should do next. These two fighters. It is one of the greatest performances in the history of boxing because of the age of Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao is pushing 50. And he went in there 12 rounds, competitively. You know, in a fight that many thought he won. I commented on social media. I was one of those that said Pacquiao won. I said Manny Pacquiao should be champion right now. But it is what it is. So the most that can happen, ladies and gentlemen, is a rematch. And I hope they get that done before the year is out. People in the comment section is saying it's gonna be December 13th. So let's see what happens, man. But yeah, Pacquiao shut a lot of mouths tonight. He lifted a lot of eyebrows tonight, and he shut a lot of mouths and opened a lot of mouths because no one expected this out of Pacquiao tonight. You know, everybody expected Pacquiao, of course, to be competitive in the early few rounds, but to go 12 rounds completely and be competitive and actually had everyone in their minds that he won says a lot. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen, Mario Barrios and Pacquiao went to a draw in a fight that Pacquiao should have won in my book. Let me know what you guys think, ladies and gentlemen. Who should have won this fight? Pacquiao did enough or Barrios did enough? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Don't hold back. Let me see your take on it. Let me read your take on it, and we go from there. Miracle Boy Boxing again. I'm your host, Austin Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.